folks, and welcome to this premium analysis of Bitcoin versus the American dollar. Okay, so as we've seen here over the course of the past, well, since November, price has been selling off pretty aggressively, and a lot of people may be wondering why this is happening, and also, I suppose, asking themselves a really important question, and that is, when is the price of Bitcoin going to stabilize? So I thought I'd spend a couple of minutes on this chart today and have a quick look and try and answer the second question, because we don't really know why Bitcoin is selling. It could be due to a number of reasons: profit taking, pessimism regarding regulation, banning of Bitcoin around the world, and whatnot. And so we don't know. I mean, it's pure speculation, but what we can do is we can look at a chart and we can try and find these areas where we think this asset is going to turn. And if we focus on, if you guys are familiar with our boxing methodology, we take like a recent swing here to here. Okay, and so this is the most recent swing, and then we do something called boxing, where we attach a box to it from the low of the swing to the high, and then from the high back down to the low. Okay, and then we mark off buy and sell zones. Here we have the buy zone, and here we have the sell zone. So what does that mean? Well, that means that we are not allowed to buy at any perceived demand on this side of the chart. This is only for selling, and you're not allowed to buy at any demand on this side. You're not allowed to sell at any supply on this side of the chart. You're only allowed to buy. So this is the buy side. Okay, so what we're doing essentially is we're breaking up a macro swing into buy sides of the market and sell sides of the market. So what you can see here, price coming down to this. This is not a buy signal here, nor is this a buy signal now. We're not allowed to do that. What we're allowed to do is focus on the demand on this side of the chart. Okay, and so the only thing that we can see that gives us a lot of, which makes sense, is that we have a buy zone here, and we have demand here. Okay, and in between the two, we have a price inefficiency with a small continuation pattern. I can't really see what those numbers are. I'll have a look in a second. But this makes it really simple. It tells you that you should be buying. You could begin to buy from this price point and continue to buy to around the $19,000 or $20,000 price point, as you can see just here. Okay, and the reason this is interesting here is because we had this move here, and then prices went down. Okay, so this was a major turning point in price, and then you ask yourself the question, where is the origin of the move that facilitated this increase in buying? And you can see it's right here, right here, right here. This is it, right there. Okay, right there. Okay, from this point here, price was able to trade above this high. Okay, this was a really important high. This was a huge high, $20,000. Price went up, and it came back down to the $3,100 point. We spoke about this a long time ago. Okay, and price managed to slowly work its way higher, and then we broke above this, which is a psychological price point, and we destroyed it. We went up to, was it 65, 67, whatever, $1,000. That's huge. So this is a huge reference point for future visits to it, and I'm expecting price at some stage to come back down to that, revisit this high, and this is where the big move will occur that'll take us to these insane levels that people have been talking about. Okay, because when price is up here, let me get rid of all of these. Okay, so when price was up here, this is a really bad place to buy. Okay, you want to buy at demand, between buy zones and demand, and we have that very clearly here. So let's have a look. Let's attach some rectangles to these. So let's just go like this. This is where the buy zone is. Okay, so we have a buy zone starting at about the $27,565 point. We have the demand at about 19 or 20,000 bucks. If we go down to the daily chart, knowing what we now know, we can begin to pinpoint these areas. this is not an interesting area, but this one is here. This is a really interesting area. This is around the $20,000 price point. Let me put a box on here. Right there. This is interesting because this is when the market's closed and price gapped higher. This is it's a little bit too high. Right here. On 24,000, $23,000 point. This is interesting. And also here you can see super clearly once more. We can see those buy zones right there. And a buy zone is simply a place price comes to and then retreats from. Once again and again. Okay, we had this little area of demand here that's responsible for consuming all the supply in here. As a matter of fact, that's not right. The supply was here. Okay, it's the origin of the move. Price went up, the slingshot was pulled back, and we tore through it. So this is interesting. We've tested it several times. What does that mean? That means that price is going to move through it easier next time. Why? Because the liquidity available in this area is reduced. Okay, price imbalance, price imbalance. Okay, so keep your eye on these lower price points. Don't get too concerned about not getting in, because I still feel that there is a little bit of room for price to correct a little bit. Okay, and if you want to go really far back, you can actually see that below 20,000 there is actually another price point. I think it's around the $12,000 around here. Will price get hit? Yeah, I don't know. We've got something like that just around here, about the $11,000 price point. Let me go to the daily and pinpoint that. It's not very clear there. There it is, right there. Right, that's beautiful right there. So we have that one. Okay, that's an interesting one. Okay, this is a very interesting one as well. That's really far away from price. If you look at it here, it's not that far, is it? Okay, we still have a few hurdles in the road. We've got this one. I think price will actually come down to around here. This is a CFD chart, so it's not a very good one, but we will work with it. But we see here, price came up, we went up, the slingshot was pulled back, and we departed. Okay, we have this little price nodule here as well. So, yeah, a bit of a messy chart, but there is the story is being told that price is going to continue to move lower. Okay, if we look here, this is a longer video. Sorry for that, but we had this here. Okay, tested, consumed. The origin of the move that consumed it is up here, right here. Tested. Okay, this is the departure. Price went through it. The slingshot. Tested. Okay, and now we are starting to break down. Okay, so keep your eyes on that, on those levels. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching.